Spinny wheel. It worked! First time. There are times where I've had to reload this thing.
Oh, like
Multiple times. Hell yeah.
I got my hair done.
I noticed.
It does work as like the tiniest hat. I have
The
glasses.
tiniest of hat.
Yeah, I got glasses for a second there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, by the way,
Should
glasses.
Yeah, I should have worn the other glasses because now we have matching glasses. Now like transcoded for real.
Yeah. Hey, hi, hello. We're gonna give you guys a few minutes to get in. Hi, Ghost. Hi, Cheyenne. My lip gloss isn't here. Hold on, I'll be back.
Oh, really? Oh, for kissing?
Always. It's
Yeah.
Cheyenne.
That checks.
Cheyenne's
Are you
not
like
that I
a
don't
Katy?
have lip gloss. Ah!
I was gonna say, are you like a Katy Perry taste of her cherry chapstick kind of?
Yeah, we'll say it's
Yeah.
chapstick I taste.
It's blood.
Hi, Cheyenne.
The absolute the throw in for that. I love that.
Have you not been on a live or watched a live before?
I know a few. Well, some of them I put on like while I'm working, so I can like see, but then I can only like then I'm just a menace in chat, but I can't like hear, which is the best part of a live, which is unfortunate. But I do like seeing the chaos and then just kind of building my own dialogue in my head of like what you guys are saying.
So
I can
Cheyenne,
feel like I'm involved.
crochet wifey. It's always I have to throw on lip gloss really fast and flirt. Whether it's like hair toss, fluff, whatever.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
I found out somewhere along the way it got weird for me to do that, which was I didn't. That was not something I expected in transitioning. Is that you like I would do that and then people will like throw some eye at me and I'm like, no, I mean it. No, I mean.
You mean
I have pussy.
Like, we're getting real transparent here. Are you sure about this?
I mean, we'll put the trans in transparent. It's chilling. Right. But yeah, so then I'll be like, no, I don't mean it in that way. I swear.
All right. Put a pin in that real quick. So Ghost is here. Hi, Ghost. Hi, Cheyenne. Hi, Alyssa. Hi, Martha. And Ghost says mood. Cheyenne says wifey and live. Wait, sorry, my wifey and my hubby. Hi, Michaela. New lore from Tori. Hi, Tori's friend. Hi.
That's me. I am Tori's friend. That's a good way to describe why I'm here.
More like my victim, but that's fine.
I do not feel qualified to be here, but I'm excited to be here. And just go with the flow. I'm not much on my own socials. I don't know if you guys check out my socials, but most of it's like cool pictures that someone helps me make, and then you can tell which one are mine and which one somebody else does because there's a clear quality difference. So yeah, we're trying to get into that more.
Okay, so since we've got y'all here, hey, hi, hello.
Actually, it's not this. Stop wearing this little hat.
But it's a great hat. So welcome, my agents of chaos. This is my friend Liv. He runs Second Wind Coffee. It is the addiction that I have. How are you surviving day 200 of the regime?
Oh, well.
But you're here in my company.
Yes, and that does help.
Okay.
For a lot of reasons.
Good answer.
The mental stability, the way you can organize and handle things, and to have a white person to protect me if ice comes. So there's a lot of reasons.
I will weaponize these white woman tears.
Right.
I am happy, as I've told you guys how to do it before in the past. You got the white woman tears, weaponize them.
Yeah.
Challenge them. Demand answers, and for them to absolve you of your sadness. Alyssa, hi. Cheyenne says she stalks. I mean, I come across it for your socials.
Yeah, Tori's helping me out trying to get more on point with it because I've been hesitant.
You're letting this eldritch gay lead you around.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm trying to strong arm him into making this a series. If you guys could help me encourage him, I would appreciate it.
No, I'm okay with being bullied. It gets the message through a lot more.
Yes, Liv is knitting. Liv does not crochet. I will teach him eventually.
Yeah. I've already started as a criminal here, and I fully accepted that. It's just kind of the nature of who I am to my core. Yeah.
Alyssa says you're booted for knitting no series.
That's no for
you know
real.
what, Alyssa? I'm not.
No.
Alyssa, no. Sit your ass down.
So the hope. Okay, so here's how this started. I've been knitting since like 5th grade. So for me, it's like muscle memory, and none of my stuff was super great, and it tapered off like the older and older I got because I did more and more. And then Tori and I started hanging out more and getting to know each other. And I had tried to crochet, but my brain literally could not like flip the switch to wire. Like I was sitting there doing the way you would cast on for knitting, like on a crochet hook. And it was like, I'm sure there could be plenty of memes made on like the travesty that is.
Y'all, let me explain. The first time he threw on a slip stitch, when I first started showing him stitches, the tail was no joke, no less than that. Mm-hmm. And my amigurumi making heart was like, why so much? Anyways, Cheyenne says, Jesus Christ. Cheyenne says, I can cry on command for you, Liv.
Oh, thanks.
And Alyssa goes, is Liv knitting? Booted for knitting, no series. Meet me at Denny's.
Oh, that's fair. Alyssa and I have a series of fights at Denny's, both of us fighting each other and pairing up to fight other people. So at this time we have like our own WWE like match we could put on.
I could sell tickets.
Right. We'd be like a cooler version of Hulk Hogan and The Rock because they're both assholes. So
I mean, cage fighting's queer enough as it is, so it just might as well.
That's fair. So my roommate's really into wrestling, and I have some friends really into it, and I want, much in the same way that like you get really invested in like the toy your cat is playing with, I will sit and watch him watch wrestling. Like I'm not watching wrestling, I'm watching him watch wrestling. And I can't see it where it's not gay. Like even me trying to like turn off who I am, like that kind of stuff, and just enjoy for what it is. There's no way it's not theater and not
gay.
Super gay. The demographic doesn't match there. Like the people that are into wrestling, there has to be some degree of closetedness, because you don't put a man in a sparkly Speedo and put his crotch in somebody else's face and say like, oh yeah, this is like the takedown or something. And it's not, like AO3 material. Like what are we talking about?
Martha, how much would you be willing to pay for that ticket? Martha says she'll buy a ticket to that cage match of you and Alyssa.
Honestly, just buy the coffee. I'm chilling. I'll even go get a
look. I'm trying to make a profit here. We're trying to run a business.
Fine. Yeah.
Or should that be the only aprons content or the only crochet content?
Here's the thing. If they pay for the cage match, then technically it's street fighting and the cops get involved. But if they buy the coffee and then the show comes with it,
that'll be one expensive coffee. How much do you want to buy for the coffee?
I wouldn't say amateur. I was going to say we're amateurs, but I feel like Alyssa and I both maybe not amateurs.
I don't think y'all count as amateurs, not with your tempers.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, this is what I mean by very vaguely scripted. It's just kind of bullet points, and we have run away.
Yeah.
So what I was going to do.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Which we are 8.5 minutes in. You're supposed to introduce yourself, introduce your business, say that there's links in the description box.
Right. And
then, this is my vendor hubby. He's stuck with me.
Heck yeah. Okay, hi, my name is Liv. I use he, they pronouns. As previously established, I am trans, which feels relevant to this. I don't try to, typically go too loud into that for other reasons, but
Florida.
Yeah, Florida, yeah. And Latin, so there's that. But yeah, I run Second Wind Beverages and Snacks LLC. It is a coffee food truck here in Pensacola, Florida. We have been in operation since May of 2023. So we just passed our 2-year anniversary, going on to 3 now, which is very exciting. And not the journey I thought I would see myself on at 26. So yeah, I appreciate you guys coming along for the ride, for setting sail, and for what we do. And I'm excited to where we're gonna grow and do more. I like just getting involved in local shenanigans mostly. My job is to drink coffee and know things, because people be yapping with a coffee shop. They think you're just an unsuspecting barista, and it's like, psych. I know things now.
Whereas jokes on him, I started with the coffee and I was like, "Hi, you're my friend now." Deal with it.
Yeah, being adopted. Yes, friendship adopted.
Look,
okay,
abducted in
here.
Florida is a little scary to say right now.
That is true.
I'm willing to fight ice, not be ice.
There's only some semblance of alien that I am. Promise.
More robotic. Yeah. Cheyenne says she'll make a whole nother huge order again in order to see that show.
Oh, beautiful. Well, first you need to get your actual order.
So this motherfucker is going to become an expert at filing claims.
Yes, and I have. Because Cheyenne, you're not alone. I don't know. I want to out anywhere. I don't think that person is here. But there's another person who placed an order, and their order has been stuck in the shipping warehouse for like a week now. And it just says it's in transit for today. And then today is listed as the 29th, and it is now the 8th. So I'm like, cool. I love people getting my coffee on time. We're doing great. So yeah, no, I love having to file claims in my free time because that's what I also do as my big kid job. And it's not fun. So it's great.
So speaking of becoming an expert at filing claims, if you would like to help Liv become an expert at filing claims, the link to his shop is in the description box below. Plus, we have an exclusive coupon code now.
Yes.
It is Goblin Coffee, and it'll get you 20% off your order.
Yes, I did that at 11:59 last night. So,
it still counts.
Yes. It's good for, I think, till the end of September. And then I was thinking we could maybe drop another fun, like, Halloween one.
Ooh,
but I don't know yet, so maybe cash in on this one.
Oh no, Ghost says cries in Canadian. I'm sorry, Ghost.
I mean, I don't see why. Wait, no. Fuck.
Yeah,
Trump.
It clicks. It clicked.
How? Well, I don't mind looking into it, for real.
Message him.
Yeah.
Ghost, message him.
I can get away with that, by the way. Like that one has been like an okay move. But people know, they're like, oh, you're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't even have to throw the ass out for that one.
Yes.
That is the equivalent of
that
an
is
ass
the
throw.
equivalent. Yeah.
Ghost says, okay, slay. Cheyenne says, another order coming soon, ?
Yes.
And that she's already running low, fun fact.
Yeah. The plan is to drop both of those orders off today.
Which labels get printed afterwards.
Yes, right after this I'm printing the labels. Yeah, because fun stuff. And it's funny too, because for Cheyenne specifically, we went from UPS to USPS, and that still didn't work. And for the other person, it was UPS as well. But it's like, what are the options now?
So funny thing, the other person works for the Postal Service. I can't remember if it's UPS or USPS, but they work for it.
I'd be starting like a blood war. I'd be starting like a shipping blood war.
I'm here for it. Okay, so earlier this week, I did put up on my stories for y'all to submit questions in case we struggled to talk and engage, which we're not really having a difficult time doing.
I told you I'm much better live than pre-recorded.
Cheyenne says it's UPS. All right, so the other person works for UPS.
Okay.
They don't want you to have your coffee. No, they have a blood feud with you, specifically, Cheyenne. But yeah, we asked for questions, and I want to jump into some of those because I want to hear some answers. Okay. I want to hear your side of it. So how did Alyssa of Endless Yarn with 2 N's asked, how did we meet?
How did we meet? Well, I was trying to think of other ways to contribute to the community and be more involved, and also just like general marketing and business stuff. So my house that I live at is on a joint property with a tattoo shop. So we have kind of like a bigger backyard there. And I was like, you know what I could do is probably like rent a stage and put on some open mic nights. And so I did like your Monday night coffee shop open mic nights. And with that, I put up a stage, and we would have like live performers and poets and just people coming wanting to read whatever they want to read.
There was one about the ballet choreographer who did an interpretive piece on the spot.
Yes, Stefano. Love Stefano. Yeah, there was all sorts of types of fun performances and things like that. Ballet was a cool one. At some point, we also had a fire spinner, which was cool.
That was so good.
Yeah, and so we had done that, and I was like, well, to fill the space in the backyard more, because it's a decent size yard, and it's not fenced in or anything. So I had started posting for vendors, and the cool. Am I allowed to say the coolest? The coolest one, the one that had most of their stuff together out of all the vendors was the Whimsical Goblin here, and game recognized game as far as that goes. So yeah,
I had my shit together.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, like, listen, like everybody did. Like, there's no vendor that like
I
was
see you
there that
backpedaling.
didn't. But game recognized game. Like you had the like the operation was down point, like down, like
There
down
was a
pat.
science to it.
Right, and so and then that became like more consistent, and when that became more consistent, we like chat more.
Cheyenne. Fuck you.
I'm not reading. I can't read the comments.
No, you can't. I'm reading them to you.
Okay.
Cheyenne says the teapot noise from Tori lol.
And so yeah, then we would talk more like during the intermissions and just chatting, and because I would try to walk around and be and
When he wasn't running around with his head cut off.
Yes, yeah, which I do tend to run around like a chicken with my head cut off for sure. And I think there were other events we then started to like overlap with, right? And then we would get to know each other more at those events, and then just catching up on like local tea together, which is always fun, right? And
you know.
and that led into just being closer and closer and realizing like we're working a lot of the same things, we're at a lot of the same events, like let's just like hang out more.
Which can I out us on that one?
Yeah.
So now those are orchestrated that we're at the same events.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
It's orchestrated. There is schedule planning of the, hey, I heard about this one. You want to go? Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that I'm trying to think. I think one funny instance that got us like much closer is it was before an open mic night, and I was making a pomegranate syrup on Ides of March, which we had done a specific
That's
Ides of March.
I thought you was going to go with, and I was going to correct you.
No. And I know how to make syrups. I've been doing it for a while now, but I had put this hot syrup in a bottle and tried to tighten the lid like a dumb bunny. And it's like it's a FIFO bottle, if you guys know what that is. It's like a squirt bottle for syrup to come out of. And I put the lid on, and because of the heat pressure, I was holding it like this, again, like a dumb bunny. And it just hot molten syrup right into the palm of my hand. And I went, ow, that hurt. And then cue the song Sticky by Tyler, the Creator, because I just got like in my hand, but like pomegranate syrup like everywhere for Ides of March. And so Tori had helped me like clean up and things like that, and then took me to Taco Bell for consolation right before the open mic night started. Mm-hmm. And that moment will live with me for a while, because I'm just sitting there with a hand I can barely use, Taco Bell in the other, and Tyler, the Creator, Sticky going on in the background. And it's from that on, it was kind of ride or die. So
yeah, it kind of stuck after that. Comments are, I'm learning live from Melissa. I'm learning live is like me and can't talk and knit or crochet at the same time. Lamau. Tori will be doing the blanket at the end of this.
No, the reason why I can't is because Crow cut my yarn.
This is what you get. This is what you get for teasing her.
That's so fair. I was like, oh my God, did I start knitting with my tail? Because you could do that sometimes. And it's, no, I got sniped.
She sniped it.
I got sniped.
Okay, so to be fair, he literally invited this. Half hour before we started, he's teasing Crow with the string, dropping it on her, playing and fishing and whatnot. So, of course, while he's distracted as fuck talking now, she came over and chewed it in half.
I have no regrets. But this is a tragedy. Because I have a cat, too, and Louis will just kind of play with it. I don't know if he's ever, like, eaten it like this. But... there we go.
Yeah, I think that was the night that you announced, like, yeah, my bestie over there. I'm like, the fuck do we become besties? I guess we're besties now. Okay, fine.
Rider guys. Mm-hmm. Game recognized game. That needs to be the new button. Yeah.
Put that in the Discord.
Yeah. Might need some scissors.
Oh, did you? Oh, I'm not going to talk about that one. Hold on. My cat would try to steal it. Hello, all. Hi, Kimberly. Tori and Alyssa, I have a story to tell you about a microwave event yesterday. Cheyenne!
Yes. Please tell me. You're going to make me crave toaster waffles.
Cheyenne, first of all, did anything burn down? Secondly, why not? You could have gotten Alyssa. Alyssa says no. So from
Off duty.
off duty. So from my perspective, if you guys don't mind me sharing my perspective on this one. Okay. I had saw the posting go up back in like August, September about this event starting. And I was interested because it was supporting the small community that we had here, the LGBTQIA plus and artists. And I was like, oh, that's going to be awesome. But it started at like 5 on a Monday night. I'm like, I get off of work at 4:30. I pick up Harper at 5. There's no way on a new thing am I going to rearrange my schedule to make that work. Joke's on me. And then a family member was encouraging about it and really thought that I would be a great fit. And so I decided, okay, September, I will reach out. I can't do it this month because of schedule, timing, and whatnot, but I'll do it for October. Went to the October event, saw some of my other vendor buddies there. I have thoughts on that one. I'll go back later. And it was a really nice event. I enjoyed how everything was done up. It took a couple of tries to figure out who the fuck Liv was because he was running all over the place. I think it was like 4 events in, I finally learned who your husband was.
Yeah.
But he meant business. And I was like, I respect that. I have no idea who this fucker is, but I respect that. And just being at my booth, watching all the shenanigans of him running amok and being involved in everything and had his hands on everything, I'm like, okay, he knows his shit, kind of. I think I started growing a fondness for you when I started to have to lecture you about charging the vendors.
Yeah.
He wasn't charging us to start. It was, yeah, you could donate maybe, kind of, if you want to.
I'm just like, if you thought about it, maybe.
I that's when my bullying of him started. And I just kind of grew fond after that. And then there was some shenaniganery that happened that helped us bond a bit more. And now he can't get rid of me.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised, I guess, at how many vendors were willing to come out, especially like reflecting on a Monday night. But there's a lot of things that don't happen on Mondays, which is why I wanted to open, I guess, that space. Because Tuesday nights there's some things that happen in town, like bingos and stuff. So I looked into that. And Pensacola is a very like brew heavy town, so there's a lot of
breweries,
right? A lot of breweries, a lot of dispensaries, things like that. And I was like, I want something that's like a safe space alternative where it's not super expensive for vendors or people to attend, and doing what we do. So yeah, I was really surprised at a lot of the vendors that did show up and who we could connect with, and they were really cool. And I was surprised that people were doing well. And I think that was another big thing is like you had told me you made a fair amount at my event, and I was like
we've discussed this before. Like my first event with him, I think I did over 100, and by the third one, I was breaking 200. And this was an event that had less. It was single digits in the amount of vendors, including the coffee. Mm-hmm. And that was just how much the community would come out. And you kind of had a core family vendor group there, by the way, because Luna, Naya, Mercury, we got Possum and Palmetto out once. I'm pretty sure, Saturday Sun's been there, Cam's been there.
Yep.
We all talk to each other to try to keep us in the loop. And hey, this is going. Hey, this is a good event. Hey, you really need to connect with this person. So you got a family group that basically showed up to support you.
And that was cool. That was not something I was expecting to have.
Surprise,
like kind
bitch.
of found family there. So I would agree with that assessment of how we met. It was pretty cool. So hoping to get back to those. The space itself is a little not as accessible as it was due to some tea with the tattoo shop.
Among other reasons.
Right. But we are looking at restarting that soon because Pensacola Poetry would come out. But I'm looking for a different space to do it. So there's some updates cooking there, but not ready to.
I'm going to have to pick your brain about that.
Yeah, I know.
Because this is news.
Yeah, not ready. Well, no.
That's okay. All right. I will be talking to him later about this to drag that information out. Won't be sharing it, but I'll drag it out. Remember to like the live. Thank you, Alyssa. Yes, if you would go hit the button that looks like this, appreciate it. No, I don't want to add effects. All right. So we are 25 minutes in, and we have finished the first question. I'm so glad there were not that many submissions. So Alyssa of Endless Yarns, I'm just going down the list. Tori answers what her favorite coffee from Liv is, and Liv has to answer what my favorite his favorite plushies that I've made. I'm assuming you mean not necessarily that he now owns, but that I have made, because I like to throw crocheted items at the people near me. So he might have a piece or two or three. I don't know. I've lost count. Hands down, my absolute favorite is the pomegranate vanilla, whatever name it takes on at that time. And my second favorite has been the, what we didn't call it. It was going to be figget, but the fig and nutmeg.
It was FYG, for your God X. That's what we officially went with, but it was.
I like figget better.
It was very tempting to go. Yeah, that was.
Your head
pride.
snap was great.
Yes, for pride.
So yeah, those are my two absolute favorites. So, what plushie have I made? That's your favorite.
The first one I'm going to go is one that I own.
Okay.
And I named him Vincent, but it's the Highland Cow, and he's about this big.
The chunker I made from a Crochet by Jenna's pattern, the chunker, he owns it.
I love him for a few reasons. We were at Fairy Fest together, which was actually not, I don't think, a pre-coordinated.
No,
we just both got in and were there.
It worked.
Yeah, and
so our friendship was blooming at this.
Yes, yeah, it was going up. Yeah, so we were setting up, and I was like mid setting up or waiting for my power to like start warming everything. So I did my walkthrough as I like to do, and I like locked eyes with this Highland Cow, and I mean like locked eyes, and I was like
stopped mid step and everything.
Literally, like it was like love at first sight before a plush. And so now I've been clocked that I'm not knitting at the same time as talking. So
to be fair, Alyssa likes to clock that because she's guilty as well.
Yeah. Well, because you're also Cuban, right? So you got to talk with your hands if you're talking at all, and that's a problem. Like sitting and watching TV, I could do it nonstop. Anyway,
Alyssa says you're welcome, by the way.
Yes. So anyway, looking at that, and a lot of the political tensions that were happening, like, were just kicking off because this was March, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we were hearing that there was a rise in
hate.
Yeah, and popsicle police out here. And so I saw this Highland Cow, and it was the perfect like hue of brown for me, and I loved the curls on top of the head, and I was like, he's me. I love him so much. And I went and hugged him, and it was kind of like there was no stopping after that.
I'm being corrected. I have mixed up people. Alyssa's BF is Cuban. Alyssa's Colombian.
Oh my God, you just made me commit the most heinous crimes.
Well, blame me for it. Because I mixed it up.
Alyssa, I'm so sorry. I was
Y'all
so
are meet
under
at
the
Denny's
impression
anyways.
Yeah.
It's good. You're meet at Denny's anyways. It's fine.
Oh,
I'm so
man.
sorry, Alyssa.
Okay. I'm so sorry for that. Yeah,
that's the most heinous of crimes.
It really is.
Okay.
Yeah. There's how
she says it's okay.
Okay, I appreciate
you can
it.
Stop floundering now.
Yeah.
Move on with your Highland Cow story of the curls, and it's me.
That's true though. Yeah, just the curls, the recognition, the feeling seen and safe, even like in a plush, just kind of all overwhelmed at once. And so then he was mine and came home with me. The more recent one I really liked was not one I think you enjoyed making. So I regret to tell you this, but it was the double-headed black and red bunny that you made. Oh man, that stuff is crisp. That stuff is slick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, the end product was glorious.
Mm-hmm.
The creators and my intention is very different. So I was having to undo and redo so many fucking times. I hated it by the time. It took an entire day to do. I think it was a body double day.
It was a body double day.
I was so pissed at it when I was done. I was like, I hate it. It needs to sell. Get the fuck off my table.
Dude,
although I made notes, so it'd be fixed.
Does this chat know what body double is? I assume, but
they know what the term body double is.
Okay. Because
majority of the people in this chat are my fellow body doublers in other discords.
Rock on. Okay.
It's the same one that Jessica Kozer Creations used. I cannot remember the name. But it was a black and white bunny, two-headed, split down the middle.
Yeah, and then last but not least, the slappy hand is a pretty fun one. And again, I guess those are more recent, and I know there's a lot of them that I have really liked that are some of that. But oh man, that slappy hand went hard because I did just go at my husband with it.
It was great. I did not get a video of it.
Yeah.
I'm so mad.
Oh yeah,
But Crochet Buyer with Jane has released a smaller version of the pattern. I might need to get that one.
probably gonna end up with that one for sure. Because it brings a whole new meaning to throw hands, and I appreciate that.
All right, so I'm gonna throw this out there. Not to sound slight or anything, but if you buy me a pattern, I'll make it.
Okay, deal. I did say I was gonna pay for the Cthulhu. That ended up being like $5 because it was on sale. You got the whole pack, but if
Yeah, I'm surprised that didn't make it to your list of favorites.
yeah, it's up there because I enjoyed just being in its presence.
It got sold though.
Yes,
So
it did.
I guess I have to make another
That
one.
made me happier though. Like the fact that it did sell.
So I don't need to make another one.
Well, you do, but don't. No. But that one was just I'm 14 and enjoy a giggle. Disclosure: I'm not 14, or else I would get kicked from this live.
Yes, no children allowed. Thankfully, we have Alyssa and Cheyenne as mods, so they run a tight ship for me.
Yeah. So those are my favorite. One for sentimental, another for chaos energy reasons.
I realized I was on top chat, not all chat. Can I send you the one I like for the bunny? Abso-fucking-lutely. Please do. I'll buy a new pattern for that in order to make something that I enjoy. All right. I answered the coffee. You answered the plushies. Cheyenne wants to know, how did you come up with the flavors?
How do I come up with the flavors? So
Well, she's only exposed to the syrups that you sell. She does not know about your menu.
that's true. Okay. So I'm gonna have to be a little careful here because of trade secrets. Like, joking aside, I did actually have to make a contract for selling intellectual rights the other day, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta like actually think about not telling people this. But you guys are cool, so it's fine. So
Maybe I can go back and edit this specific portion out so it doesn't stay on there.
It's just like redacted. Yeah, and just like a buzz throughout the screen down. So I started with Second Wind, where we took over a beloved coffee shop that was closing in town called Constance. So it started with adopting some of those flavors and then kind of twisting them and making them our own. And after we had that landing pad, we then had like spaces we wanted to continue to develop and grow and come up with our own. So Constant used to have like a blueberry pancake latte that was pretty good and went hard. And that got me thinking of like other pastries and other warm, cozy feelings and other hugs and like things you want to feel when you're drinking a cup of coffee. So that was kind of what led to the banana nut bread one, which I would say is my most popular right now in sales and like when I make it on the truck and things like that.
Is that the Banana Dan?
Yes,
syrup?
that is the Banana Dan because we made that for the convention. So that one does really well. My process for coming up with a syrup is I try to think about the event that I'm making it for, because I do curate special menu items for each event that I go to, or at least I try to, unless it's smaller, then I just kind of have like a standard go-to menu. And that was how we got the figget for Pride, because I wanted to go like Greek. You know, it's very Greek to me. It's very gay and that kind of stuff. So we went
Greek
with fig.
equals gay. There is no question. There is no TED talk. We are done. Greek is gay.
Absolutely. Like no explanation needed. So we went fig. Oh, well, I have good books to read or to recommend to you. But yeah, so I went like with that. But I still wanted like a sophisticated flavor profile, something new, something that hadn't been done. So we did a fig syrup, and then we did a pomegranate syrup, which I had actually tried for Ides of March because I wanted something bloody. I wanted something je ne sais quoi,
Which
like stabby.
I didn't try it until the Spring Fairy Fest.
Yeah.
And fell in love with it.
Mm-hmm.
And was like, please don't ever discontinue. If I have to special order all of it, I will do that.
So I continued that for Pride because it felt right. And then honey, which, very nectar of the gods, very ambrosia, esque. So, I try to evaluate what the event is. And of course, like the demographic that's going to be there is a big one, because the Bloody Mary Fest that I've worked is not going to have the same demographic as Pride. Right. So I do kind of tie that in. And I also try to look at like historical context of it. So like what, it's more about the event, but like what built up to this. And I'll take like those words and that information and key phrases and vibes and things like that, and then try to build a flavor profile from there. And I really enjoy it. It's kind of like, I'm not the best at creative arts like this, but I've actually really enjoyed making syrups. I mean, I can write a little bit, but
We'll talk about that later.
yeah, but I really enjoyed like that kind of creative outlet of taking an idea and making like a flavor profile from it. So last bit like thing I'll say here, the tea syrups was actually something I realized like nobody really does. I found an Earl Grey syrup in my travels because I have tried coffee all over the world, but tea syrups was something like nobody else has really stepped into. And so once that started, I was like, oh, the possibilities are endless. So yeah, that's kind of the process of how I get started. And it's a lot of like trial and error and tasting things and seeing like what works and curdling things because that happens too. Hibiscus is my enemy right now. But yeah, I really like it.
Which is sad because I love hibiscus.
Yeah, it's just one I can't figure out. Can't get there. So.
All right. Well, Cheyenne says she's one of the reasons why the banana one is sold. JK. Sammy, you're here.
Hooray.
Hi, Sammy.
We definitely weren't talking about you in your order earlier, Sammy.
Not at all. Not by name.
You were not at all mentioned as suffering with your fellow brothers and sisters in arms in the chat.
We're gonna get you that syrup. We have to drive it to you.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
No, for real.
Cheyenne's taste buds. Thank you for the syrups.
Yeah.
Cheyenne also asks, "What are the ideas for future flavors?"
Future flavors. So I'm starting on a commission now for a local LGBT-owned bistro. Bistro. Yeah, I'd say that's a diner. It's a diner bistro kind of thing.
Food place of yummy and gay.
Yes, and it is gay. And they are Portuguese. So following that kind of same dialogue, I had like poured through their website, talked to them about kind of their history, and then I had like deep dive in like history of Portugal and diners and things like that. So I had just come up with a blood orange and clove syrup that I'll be executing soon, and what was the other one? Hold on.
Do you need testers?
Yes, I will.
Fuck yes.
Blood orange and clove. Oh, because they're getting into fall. Seasons are very important too. I didn't mention that. Because there's also this expectation, especially around fall. Like, I don't even have to say what drink you guys are expecting for fall.
Fuck that. Do apple cider. We have another suggestion from chat, and the same person who suggested maple toffee.
Ooh.
Sammy says brown butter caramel pecan, please.
Chat, clip that. Clip that, chat. And then hold on, I have chestnut and allspice, because chestnut trees are very prominent in Portugal, and I did not know that. And I don't have much of like nutty flavors because they're a little more difficult to work with. If you're using like real nuts for it.
Cheyenne says she's coming down to be a taster, and Alyssa's like pumpkin spice, I'm guessing. Yeah,
that would be right. That's the expectation, right? Because Starbucks has kind of like set the precedent there. So
Starbucks can get fucked.
There's having to balance like what people expect and then also being something new.
So I've not willingly gone back to Starbucks since starting on your coffee.
Rock on. That's the goal. Yeah. I did my years at Starbucks and don't want to steal like that. There's just not stealing, but also doing better than them for a lot of reasons.
That's not hard.
Yeah.
So, chat, I want your feedback on this. The next time we're going to do a coffee, crochet, and chaos, which there will be a next time at this point, just don't know when. Should our house rules include take a shot every time Liv stops creating?
Damn, clocked in 4K. Unfortunate.
I will put the same stipulation down that for what we did with Mrs. Cryptid is that it cannot be alcohol because we're going to die. Cheyenne says she gave up on all their coffees. Sammy worked for Starbucks never again. Cheyenne says we would be fucked. Look, we'll be well hydrated.
So Sammy and I are
kindred
fellow
spirits.
in arms. Yeah. Yes. All right.
You're going to find a lot of that here.
Yeah. I've worked at Dunkin'. I've worked at Joe Muggs inside of Books A Million. I've worked at Starbucks, and then I worked I wasn't officially hired, but I would help out around Constant sometimes too when it was around. And then I've tried a lot of coffee in a lot of different places. So, which I think kind of bleeds into another question. I may be skipping ahead, but like why coffee?
Well, that was going to be like one of the last ones.
Oh, well.
This one could be kind of quick, actually. Alyssa of Endless Yarn asked, would you consider sharing a booth in the future? So, fun fact, we're trying.
Mm-hmm.
The event won't get back to us. Well, to him.
Yeah. Seafood Fest here in town, we had thought about like joining up because for MomoCon, while Tori was not able to make it there with us.
I was at the retreat with y'all.
Yes. That's fine. You know, we can have a timeshare on Tori. But and Tori had made coffee cup designs for us, and so I liked that as a merch idea, and supporting local in that same way and handcrafted goods. So I like that side of the partnership and would love to lean more into that. So I would totally love to do a booth in the future and look at a possibility for other markets and websites and things like that where it's more joined.
I might be trying to coerce him to join my next Palm Street. Just saying.
Yeah.
Because I would let this fucker do the Goblin scoops, and I'm gonna be out so much money, but it's gonna be so fun to watch. It'll be fine. I'm
gonna say one of Tori's least favorite things here, but I think it's gonna go really hard in chat. I have really big hands.
How is that my least favorite thing, you little bitch?
It was like a whole thing. But I do. I have like abnormally large hands, and
no, put it up next to mine.
Like whole new world. But so that so I think Goblin scoops would go really hard with that was the point I was
so there is a scoop that you will be using, not your hands.
Oh, that's not fun.
So see what I do though. Hold on. Calm your tits, or lack thereof.
Well, they're still there, unfortunately.
Lack. If you're comparing to me, lack.
No, that's
better.
Yeah.
All right, so I would take the scoop, dig it in, push it up against my hand, and then bring it up.
Okay.
And the first scoop I did, they're like, "That's a big scoop," and I'm like, "You're paying $25, so it's gonna be a big scoop."
Checks. The hands will touch the scoop.
Cheyenne says she loves the cup that she got.
Okay, good.
She got the Totoro, right?
Yes. And I'm really glad that's the one that made it to you, because I actually would have been really, like, the other package you're missing is just syrups and cold brews, which is still going to send your way. But the other one had the merch, and I like that feels like not that one.
So after the live, I will tell you the theme, and you're required to dress up.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, my shit's. We're going to get into that discussion later on here, because I'm not revealing that until closer to the date, which y'all don't even know the date yet.
Really pulling up the theater kid strings. I hear it. All right.
You realize I was a theater kid too, right?
Yeah, but like that's what I mean.
That's
You're
the
really
fun part.
like sinking into
It's fun.
that part.
It's exhausting, but it's fun.
True.
It's fun. All right, so Clarissa, what inspired you to make coffee? Which we can tie that into the question of why coffee.
Why coffee? Yeah. That one's kind of a ramble. How much am I allowed to ramble here?
You haven't already?
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's a lot of layers to that one. Like
that might be our last question, so let's just go with it.
Yeah. Okay. So, my spouse and I, Paisley, always wanted to start a business even before things got rough as they are here politically, but always some sort of side hustle, something to keep us busy and working towards our dreams.
Oh yeah, you're kept busy, all right.
Yeah, I do. That is what I do. Stay busy and drink coffee and know things. So we had talked about it, and I had other ideas playing around, like smaller ideas, like vending machine or like an ice machine or something like that. And when my brother worked at Constant Coffee and another friend at the time, and when Constant closed down, it just kind of felt like that was the energy, that was the space. Like I had coffee experience, and being able to step into the community with coffee felt like the right thing to do, because a cup of coffee is not just coffee. It is something that it's a reason to meet. It's a reason to stop and think and make sure that you can get your mind straight for what you're about to do. A second wind, if you will. So we started the coffee food truck as a way to be that safe space, no matter what event we were at or where we would go or what we would be. And so that was how it started. We got the food truck and like this little tiny thing, and started making our own syrups and are picking our own beans and curating our own drinks and lattes and things like that, and started that as a business. Because there was the business side, like we always wanted the side hustle, but there was the human nature side of like we want to do a business the right way. We want to prove that there can be like an ethically not sourced business hierarchy, I guess, of business, and not the way that it is normally done now.
Not to be a shit company.
Yeah, that. And try to like take care of our people first and not the other way around. So yeah, we had started with that, and I'd always enjoyed coffee, but more so, like I was saying, with it, bringing people together is the more important reason there. Because it could be any product, but there's something special about sitting down and having a cup. And something I mentioned earlier too is not like Pensacola is very brew heavy in town, and so having something that is an alternative to that, where it's not pushed down your throat to have
Drink.
and imbibe, right? My spouse is a mental health counselor, so he's a therapist, and while I have not had any of my own struggles with addiction, I know a lot of people that are, and addiction comes in a lot of forms. And I think while caffeine is still a drug, it's a great stepping stone substitute, and to be able to have that safe space where it's not in your face is important. And a lot of people stay sober for more reasons than just or just addiction issues. There's honoring it for someone else, or like being on a journey with someone else. There's the cost, there's like the calories, there's
just not interested.
Right. It's just like it doesn't taste good. It burns going down. So the more and more we built our flavors, mocktails came into a play. Kind of going back to I think it was Cheyenne's question earlier.
Probably.
It's like how I come up with the flavors. Is I would think about mocktail flavors and what you really want out of a beverage like that, and then versus like what you could actually get out of it. So yeah, that was a big reason for starting Second Wind. And then the more and more I got involved in events, the more and more I realized how important it was. So I just kind of kept doubling down. Because we definitely had our fair share of pushback for being what we are. And still here. So take that, insert business that I won't say on a live here.
I'll use that in a future one. Don't worry. We'll give you the tea at some point. It'll be my name that's sullied. It's okay. I'm fine with that. I realized something, that I'm just reading the questions straight off of what was already collected. If y'all have anything, please drop it in chat. I only have him for about 11 more minutes because he's got a tight schedule this afternoon, unless y'all can coerce him to stay another 20. We shall see.
I'm chilling.
You're chilling?
I'm chilling.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Thank y'all. Your presence here has changed his mind, because that was not the plan.
Yeah. Technically, I just have to probably leave by 2:30.
Oh, well, it has to be over before 1.
It does, yeah. That's probably preferred.
we have 13 people hanging with us. Hey. If y'all have any questions, drop it in. Otherwise, we're going to keep going off of this. Let's jump to the... Since we're kind of on a serious note, this is a question for both of us. How is it being a queer business owner in Florida?
Oh, rough. So I do have some tea and lore as far as we weren't initially going to be a food truck. We were actually a co-op. And
where are we going into the story?
Yeah, I guess so. I won't name said business.
Okay.
But we were initially we were initially supposed to be a co-op, and I had actually already bought countertops and china and everything, like the whole 9 yards. And once I had posted a Pride sticker in a chat that they were with to show our merch. And the next day I got pulled into a meeting saying that they were going to go with alcohol instead of coffee. And they took my business plan and actually opened up their own coffee shop here in town. And that is true facts. I have the documents to prove. So, and then had the cops called on me for that. You didn't know that.
I didn't know. How do you?
Anyway,
we're gonna have a discussion later.
Yeah. So that was pretty soon after starting. But from there, it's only been on the up and up. And that's something I was actually regaling to my spouse recently was it's nice that I'm at a point within 2 years where I'm still trying to get costs, figured out and things like that. But I'm not having to throw myself out there for events as much or be as like neat and tidy maybe as I had to be presenting myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting asked to a lot of events that I would prefer to be at. So things like Vampire Ball and I had actually Stamped Film Festival is next weekend where it's an LGBT indie film fest that we'll be at. And I was like ecstatic to be there. Anime conventions, local in town, I've not only been invited to, but was actually offered a free booth at because I did so well at the last one, which was really, really cool. And so it's kind of been opening up in that way where it was really, really hard at first. But because of that, I now am being asked directly to the events I would want to be at anyway and not risking as much potential of not being at maybe not safe events.
So chat, clip this so the next time he wants to go on the I'm not successful, I'm not doing well, we can just replay this for him.
Yeah.
Where it's coming out of his own mouth.
Right. Remember that time that 3 people from UWF all wanted me at the same time? That was cool. Yeah.
I know it too.
You would be another one.
Oh,
yeah.
That doesn't count.
I feel like that counts.
No, you're stuck with me. There is no want. You're stuck.
Oh, well,
you're trapped.
Well, here we go.
So
there's still a want there.
I may go scrub that one. I do not really reveal.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Okay.
I don't reveal where I'm at.
Chat, cut that. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't alert you. You're good. You're good. You didn't know.
Yeah.
You can do. We're gonna move on.
You would think with my job being in fraud prevention and cybersecurity, I would know to zip it.
Well, see, here's the thing. We've talked about other business venues and how to have to cover tracks and whatnot. I have to do a conflict of interest form every year where I submit what I'm doing, what supplies I'm using. Am I using anything from the university? Anything from my academia place? I have to go through and do a very thorough documentation form and have that submitted and go through 4 layers in the university. That ends with HR. And if they say no, I legally cannot pursue my business.
Damn.
Because of the contract I have with them. And I have to complete it every year. I've already completed it. Last year I completed it. They cleared no problem. But one of the things that I do that helps me clear faster is my business is separate from y'all. I do not name y'all. I do not film on y'all's locations. I will not film during my working time, so on and so forth. So you're never going to get a day in the life of me at work, unless if I'm working remotely for some reason. And according to Florida, that's not happening anytime soon.
You'll also not get that from me because for many, many legal reasons, I cannot do
so
that.
Many
my job includes a security badge. So, yeah. Yeah, fun stuff. I like University of this
Schooner Cord, turn off Schooner Cord. Thank you,
Quick.
Oh, okay. Did we finish the queer business question?
Oh, kind of like it rough in the start, but I think it gets a lot better where you click with your community even tighter. And honestly, I think that's a better way to do business anyway, is more interpersonal than just like rather than a far and shallow reach, having like a deep and narrow scope is how I prefer to run business.
It's like having a forged vendor family come in and be like, we're going to support you, bitch.
Right. Well, that, but also like we all support each other. Like we bounce each other back and forth. Like at Palafox Market, someone will come to me and I'll be like, they'll have little kids. And I'm like, I know where you can get something cool and cheap for those kids. And then toss them over to a Whimsical Goblin to get little bumblebees and octopi.
And if they start on my end, I'm over here just obnoxiously drinking my coffee. I'm like, oh, thank God for caffeine. And the parent's like, where?
I'm
like, over there.
Yeah.
For me, my queer business experience, I'm going to up front right now acknowledge the incredible privilege I have. Even though I identify as demigirl, I'm very much woman coded. I cannot hide that. And I just kind of lean into that. And I'm white and I am not young. So therefore I have a lot of privilege and I'm a one person thing. So it's not really hindered me there. If anything, I have been able to say I'm not going to work with certain people because of their beliefs and stances. So I've definitely not had the same experience as you, but that's to be expected.
Yeah, it took me definitely a little bit of a learning curve to realize like that bias is there, because I grew up explaining it away and being told to explain it away through other means. So if anything, it has taught me like more seriously like what the world is out there, but also in that vein, then that makes the people who are kind and nice and do want to engage in that even 10 times better. And so it's been good with that. And this may lead to a tangent, maybe another question, but
Let's go.
Something interesting about being the business that I am is that I'm not actually too far along as maybe others in a transition journey. And I have the experience of being a woman, and I have the experience of also being not in the body that I'm in right now in a lot of different ways. So if you looked at a picture of me from 3 years ago, you would not be able to identify they are the same person at all.
This bitch has actually shown like me a video before and did no preface or anything. I'm like, who's that?
Yeah, everything from the body shape to the voice to how I present myself, everything
Your
is
posture's different.
Yeah. If you are curious about it, if you do go to my Facebook, there is a pride post on there that kind of explains how I got from there to here. Yeah. And that I would say is the most comfortable I am with sharing that.
That would be Second Wins on Facebook.
Yes. Yeah. With that, I'm still in the mindset sometimes of being that person. And it's not only a gender journey for that, I should explain. But I realize when I interact with people, they don't see that part of me. They just see me as I am now. And so I come with all of those previous experiences that culminates into who I am and what I do now. But other people don't see that. And that's been an interesting part of being the business that I am in, because people assume I know things that I don't, and then they assume I don't know things that I do, or that I can or cannot relate to something. And I'll find myself like, it takes a lot to get me offended, but once you get me up there, like, yikes, is rough. It's rough, buddy. You got to do a lot to actually get me into a Denny's parking lot. But once we're there, his hands.
And thanks, Michaela.
Yeah.
She asked for people to like the live.
Oh, thanks. So, yeah. But that is one thing that'll I have to temper myself with, is realizing that people assume that they know my experience, and there are very, 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 very few people that can actually know my full experience of life and knowledge. So yeah, that comes into play a lot, and that's something I have to remind myself of, and it helps in some ways and hurts in others, but yeah.
So it's definitely a non-conventional experience being a queer business owner in Florida.
Yeah.
Especially with everything going against us right now.
Yeah. Being concerned about going to Palafox Market has been a recent thing I'm not super happy about. So don't worry, I'm still going. It's just,
you show up. Never mind.
Yeah.
So Ghost actually dropped a question for us, and I'm looking forward to hearing your answer.
Mm-hmm.
If you were a demon, what 5 items would be needed to summon you? Joke's on you. There's a whole religion here who thinks I'm a demon.
Oh, what? So wait, is that directed to both of us?
Both of us. It's just
okay.
a question with no one person. So you're going to answer first while I'm thinking.
Oh, I feel like I rambled a lot.
Okay, fine.
And also I had to give kissy faces at Cheyenne for clocking my new piercing. So.
Took her long enough. That was an hour. An hour, Cheyenne. You're going to leave her all flustered.
Yeah.
She'll buy more coffee. Do it again.
That's
Do it
it
again.
works. Yeah, and I got that last Tuesday randomly. So anyway.
Yeah, with no announcement, just kind of a hangout. Walks in with that, and I'm like, the fuck is that?
Mm-hmm.
It was like a good 20 minutes after you showed up, too.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways. Jerk. No, I'm kidding. What 5 items? Fire crochet hooks.
Mm-hmm.
Second one, coffee. Premier yarn sale. I don't know.
Is it like a paper coupon or just like a laptop with a shopping cart full?
Yes, the
Okay,
second one. The second
okay.
one. Pretty shiny rocks.
Mm.
That's 4. Gothic clothes.
Okay. I like it. For me, I'm gonna also go my coffee. I am absolutely snooty about it. I do recognize good coffee and I do support all the great coffee in town, but I'm definitely a lot more picky. So that cats in any capacity.
Oh, God, yes, cats.
Specifically, my cat would be great because I love my little goofball. He's such a brat, and I love him. So cats, coffee, that's pretty easy. Yeah, board games would be a good one. That's a good way to actually keep me sitting down for more than 2 minutes.
Well, I've had you sitting down for an hour and 2 minutes.
Yeah, and it took 4 needles. And how many people are in chat?
We currently have 11.
Okay, 11. I think we had up to 13. But
13 was the highest. Yeah.
For that. All right, so let's see. Coffee, cats, but we're summoning a demon circle here.
So yeah, my definitely taking out the yarn cell and putting in cats and board games.
I'm gonna go like surround sound hip hop. Like if you've got bass blaring right now, it's like a mousetrap. I'll just be like, oh. I hear the beats. The beats are calling me. Alternative, you could just like plug in some headphones for me, like an over the head thing, and then be like, go. That might do it.
Cheyenne says she also has the accountant here, and she will buy more coffee. And that hers are coffee, yarn, hooks, snacks, and anything Beetlejuice.
Snacks will do. Snacks are good. I'm much more snacky person than I am like a full meal person for lore reasons.
Different drop.
Yeah, different lore drop. Hinted at, but not
covering today.
excavated. Yeah.
That's to get y'all to come back, bitches. I mean, I love you.
I'm not much of a clothing person, but I'll actually go Doc Martens. I will be a stereotypical queer in that one.
As you should.
Yeah. That's just like a free pair of Doc Martens out there in the wild. Yeah, hitting that.
No, see that's not a demon summoning. That's a fey trap.
Oh.
But I guess you could offer it. Okay.
Potato.
Yeah.
And
well, while you're trying to figure out your last one,
yeah.
I want to defend my clothing choice here. Is because I am just like now rediscovering or being allowed to discover what I like mentally. And so, yeah, I've just decided that things like Midnight Hour and Forest Inc. are amazing and wonderful, and I need to spend more money there because I feel good in those clothes.
Speaking of that, I'll check them out. I also got followed by a trans clothing line the other day that I was unexpected.
Which one?
I gotta find.
Figure it out as we figure out what your last one is. Oh, good. Some of my friends are following you. Yeah.
Something clothing?
We just totally in your space.
No. Oop. Well, I'll have to find it. I'll post it. Post it later. We'll put it in chat later. So I don't want to take up the time with that. But yeah, and that was pretty cool looking clothing there. But yeah, Doc Martens are always a win.
Cheyenne says she also gets yelled at when she doesn't eat food. And thank you. She says I look good in them.
Truth.
Thank
What else? Last board games are a strong one because it also means friends. And I will also say writing that friends have done or my own. Like I eat that shit up. Delicious. Yeah. So you could even write on a sticky note like, "Hey Liv, will you come to this demon circle?" And I'd be like, "That's a metaphor. I'm gonna show up, but it's also a metaphor."
He'll walk up into the circle while deciphering it.
Yes. Yeah. I will find depth and meaning in things like that were not intended to be there, but I will make it happen. I do have a degree in English literature. I did study abroad in England doing that, and I also have a degree in teaching, and that is not what I'm doing, clearly. However, is oddly relevant with the job I do actively work in. That's not Second Wind. So.
Cheyenne, I'm so curious, but I don't think you want the chat to know. By the way, Liv, I need to DM you later for a task that I need from you. From Cheyenne.
Oh, whoa.
Excuse you.
Oh, whoa.
My crochet wifey and my business husband? What?
Yes, ma'am.
Not him ready to obey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I do what I'm told. Yeah.
This is why he's still my friend, because I won't let him have any other decisions.
Yeah, I started a business, panicked, and then was like, okay, well, I guess I told myself what I need to do, so that just kind of keeps me going.
I know like it's not for me.
It's like a Ouroboros of business.
There you go.
Yeah.
Like no one stopped you. You're like, I guess I'm gonna try this.
That is true. That is the going back to the question of why you started coffee. Nobody stopped me, and I still questioned that a lot. Somehow I figured out how to do all the legal shit.
All right, so Ghost says, holy shit, I wish I was recording. A squirrel came up on the porch and Charles woke up and chased it up a tree. Squirrel is fine. Cheyenne says, nobody should stop you.
Great.
Like, how did I start my crochet business?
Yeah.
ADHD and discovering that crochet shut up my brain. And then wanting to do more. The reason why I found crochet was I was trying to find some sort of handmade means to make extra revenue some way, some shape, somehow, because I would love to be able to provide for my wife and get her all the medical things and whatnot that she needs and wants, because with the way legislation keeps going, we may not be able to afford her health care at some point in the future. And then it turned into, I became addicted to it. And I make a lot of shit and I keep making a lot of shit and I couldn't house all the stuff. Your tiny hat.
It's vibes. I wanted some coffee.
Mm-hmm. Because there's not a flat surface to put that on.
Yeah. Now, well, the buoyancy of my hair kind of counterbalances it, where it needs so like unflat that it holds. Am I making a cone? It started as a bunny, and then I realized I have not done this in a while. So it's going to be a little leg, and I think I'm just going to make it the tiniest little sock monkey. Because that's oddly enough, the more complicated it is, the better I am at it. Like simple stitches and things like that, I can barely handle it. But I've got 4 double point needles here, in case anybody wants to see that. And then there's the 4th. 4 double point needles, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can actually do this at the same time. So, yeah, it's gonna be a little sock monkey leg.
Eventually,
it's gonna take a while. I'll show you guys
4 lives from now.
Yes, honestly,
4 coffee and chaos lives from now.
Yeah,
which since there's no schedule, no routine, we might not get another one until Christmas.
Yeah, I used to be able to do like knitting and stuff while I was at work, but I'm in a new position now. I can't do as much. So
Cheyenne says her brain hurts just by looking at all that.
Yeah,
like I'm impressed.
I was actually blessed with a little bowl, so it's not as confusing as much, because normally I'm like Louie's fighting it. I've got it like in between my legs and then like wrapped around.
Wait, that was an option? Give me back the bowl.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. Well, Louie's not fighting it. It has to be both at the same time.
I can fix that.
That's true. I have a picture of before or the background.
Yes, the thumbnail. What?
Of like a crow fighting with it.
Yes, that's in the thumbnail.
Yes. I have some extra pictures of that.
But additionally, why I do what I do now is the sheer joy that lights up on people's faces when they walk into my booth and find something that sings to them. That makes me so happy that I created something with my hands out of basically nothing, just a never-ending string and a hook. I made something that made them really happy. And I forgot that was one of my reasons for a while and had to be reminded.
The Highland cow story is true story. Like I was really in my own head about like, man, I'm in public and like I very well like someone, I'm gonna call them the popsicle police now, are gonna roll up and I'm not gonna be able to have anything. And then I saw that Highland cow and I was like, wow. I did nearly cry.
I was trying to figure out why you were so teary. We were not close at this point yet, so that was privileged information.
Yeah.
We've gone through most of our questions. You already answered, when did you launch? How has your business evolved? You kind of covered that.
Sort of. It's definitely in another phase of evolving right now because I am consulting and we have the bottled syrups now, which is not something I had anticipated. It was more like, I want to do this thing. Okay, we're doing this thing. Fuck, how do I do this? I work backwards.
I don't think you actually explained that. What caused the bottle syrups to launch and what charity you might be working with?
Oh, yes. That's a big one. So we got into MomoCon 2025, which is one of the biggest conventions in the Southeast in Atlanta, Georgia, because I am a big nerd. And I'd always wanted to go. I've gone for years, and I've always wanted to be a vendor to be full circle. But they had told me that you can't have like live serving food and beverage, which, fun fact, when I got there is a lie. Anyway, so
you just couldn't. They were being prejudiced against you.
Maybe, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, so I decided we were going to bottle the syrups and start selling them that way, and then people could have their own be your own barista kits when we get there. Now, rolling back a little bit before MomoCon, because that was a goal I'd wanted to do for a while, is at a local convention in town called Anime Town. They travel, but they had been to Pensacola. I had met one of my favorite voice acting celebrities. His name is Todd Habercorn. And I met him when I was like 13 or something at a convention in Mobile. And he was like the nicest guy. And he signed my like really shitty high school drawing of like one of his characters. And it's great. I have it somewhere where he signed it. It was great. So then catch where he's at this convention and we start talking and chatting and I give him a coffee because that was the deal I had worked out with that convention was that the celebrities and the talent and the workers got free coffee and then I got my booth for free. Always a great deal, by the way. But anyway, so I started talking to him more and we realized like we got along like a lot. And I was like, that's crazy for me that I'm getting along with someone and not just in like the business corporate, like let's chat kind of sense because I play that game too. But we like thought a lot alike. And so he told me that he started a nonprofit like literally the month before called The Humane Beings. And it supports animal sanctuaries around the world. So they've done everything from supporting like animals that needed to be rehomed from the California wildfires to like being at a bat sanctuary. So I decided, I had told him that the next convention we get into, I would love to donate a portion of the proceeds to the nonprofit and to partner with him because he is consistently a great guy. They tell you like, don't meet your heroes or, you know, your celebrity, like people that you super want to meet. Consistently is one of the nicest guys I've ever met. No cap. So
I very much enjoyed the promo y'all were making leading up to it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, that one was a lot of fun. He's goofy, but gets stuff done. Is a very project heavy person, project driven like I am. And so when we got into MomoCon, I was like, oh shit, like that's a much bigger deal than the little small town convention that we were in. And so I reached out to him again and I said, hey, like if you're cool with it, I do still want to partner and we'll bottle our syrups and we'll give $1 of each syrup bottle directly to the Humane Being. So we had scheduled some business meetings. I had to like fan moment of like, oh my God, I'm having a business meeting with Todd Habercorn, and I continued to work from there. So we just made MomoCon the best we could, and that's what launched the syrup line and the cold brew concentrates that you guys can get now. And
you guys are benefiting from this so much.
Yes.
I just dropped a link to the Humane Beings Instagram page in the chat if you guys want to go check them out.
I think they're also doing a drawing right now for like once they hit 1,000 followers, they're giving away a Switch 2. So
and you're entered by just following.
By
them.
just following, yeah.
So go do that.
Go do that. Yeah, and it's funny, he had actually reached out the other day and was like, "You guys wanna have a virtual catch up this month?" And I was like, "You're asking me if I want to catch up with you?" Yes, I would love that.
Cheyenne says, "I'm so glad you did. I mean, it was a great idea."
Yeah. So, and it's cool, and I like that direction. So I think we are in a stage of evolving again, because it was definitely a learning process on how to do that, and there's a lot more to learn. But I think it is a space I want to continue to develop, where I have the food truck, but I also have like goods that can be sent anywhere and can also be done from anywhere that I'm at. Especially given
the mobility is nice.
Yes, the mobility is nice, especially given where we're at right now.
We're gonna leave that there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have some really dark jokes, but those are more like in chat jokes. Yeah,
save that for when we launch our own Patreon, because I'm gonna manifest this now. This becomes a thing, and we're gonna grow to be popular enough that we make our own Patreon, our own Discord, and that's where all our darkness gets to go sit in this special member only shit.
I like that. I like the idea that I can sell, and I don't mean this as self-hatred, like selling like really shittily knitted things, like on purpose, really badly done stuff, and that just is the product you get. Just really out of way. Like if Labubus are popular right now, like you guys don't need it to look good. Yeah, sorry, Cheyenne, I'm coming for you.
No, you're coming for Ghost. No.
Oh, my bad. They're just, I don't know. They're like Furbies. I don't know. Although I did see someone had, it was on Instagram, someone had a Labubu and they gave it a Labong Bong, and I was like, yeah, that's funny. Fun fact about me, I am more of a leaning towards a pothead than I drink in that sense.
To each their own.
Yeah, to each their own with vices. Yeah.
All right. So, any new developments? You kind of already covered that in the business. So, how about any upcoming events that you're excited about?
Events. Tonight, I actually have a really fun one. There is a Trans Magazine launch party tour that's happening with Eris Kumara, his last name, and coming right here to Pensacola, and then is going all around the United States. As far out as
New Mexico.
Yes. So if you're a writer, they will be accepting submissions soon for the second issue. And we'll be meeting tonight, which I'm very, very excited about. Then I've got Stamped Film Festival next week, which is LGBT Indie Film Fest, which is happening. Then I've got September, we'll kick off with Palafox Market and Gallery Night, which is a big one for me because it is Hispanic Heritage.
We'll be applying to that one once it opens up.
Hell yeah.
Nice. I mean, I know I'm not the yeah, but I'm still going to apply this. That was my first, I think that was my first Palafox Market last year, was the Hispanic Heritage Month one.
Gallery Night or Palafox?
Gallery Night, sorry. Okay. Gallery Night.
Yeah. We did the February one, I think.
It was the foodie one, yeah.
Yeah, because it was a foodie one. And that one went really well. And then they went ahead and put me on the books for that one and then waitlisted for others, which I thought was pretty cool.
All right, so I'm going to go back later and add these links into the description box, but I've also dropped the Transmag link for Instagram in the chat as well if you're interested.
What's the point if you can't play with it while you're... Oh my god. He's like a little noodle. Maybe I'll just make him like a little, like a, those like little snakes that are like for, what are they called?
I have no idea.
Worms?
I call them silly worms.
Yeah. I think it's just going to be a little silly.
Ghost said they saw the La Bong Bong and that they want to do that with theirs.
Yes. All right. Fully acceptable.
You
Please
and
send the pic.
Ghost are going to be a vibe. I can tell you that right now. You and Ghost are going to be a vibe.
Love it. Yeah. I thought that was funny. That one I was like, yeah, all right. Full send. But yeah. What were we talking about?
Upcoming events that we're excited about. You were listing yours. I've got Palafox Market once a month. Whimsical Arts Market is about to start up again, so I'm definitely doing that. I'll be applying to gallery nights starting September and onward because I want to be involved in those. At least the Hispanic Heritage Month, the October Fright Night, and either November or December. I'm kind of leaning more toward November, even though December is the Christmas themed one. People are going to be buying more for December in November. There is Hazashi-Con that's coming up. Yes. We're both going to be at that one, but nowhere near each other, unfortunately.
Yeah. And as well as another bestie of ours, Needies. Shout out to Tina. I know she's not Tina in chat, but like shout out to my homegirl there. Because we shared a booth. Well, we had our individual booth, but we shared like the space together, and she's just a rock star, and I love her. Hazashi-Con's a big one. I really like being at that. It's funny because it's in a church, and I remember applying to it and being like, am I going to be good? And then I walked in, and the first thing I see are like 3 furries, full fursuit. And I was like, oh, we're good. And then I took a moment to be like, wow, that's how I know I'm safer when the furries come out.
When the furries are secured, be in full suit.
Which is not how I identify. But it was interesting to still have a moment where I'm like, oh, thank God, the furries. And then I went, is that my indicator of when I'm safe? Is when I just told myself, oh, thank God, the furries. I'm too much on Tumblr.
That's not too much. That's not too much. I'm super excited because I have what I think is going to be a prime location. I'm actually on the end of an aisle where all the traffic's at, right across from the boba station. So I think I'm going to do really great. I'm a little nervous because I have not started prepping for this, and this is November 1st. There's also the Vampire Ball coming up, which I've applied to. I haven't gotten in. Don't know yet. I'm not holding my breath because I don't know if I will. I'm trying to use all the connections I have to help me out.
Cannot confirm nor deny,
but even if I have to sneak in on your coffee truck.
For real. Real shit.
There's something else.
I don't think Katrina would get me in trouble for that.
Probably not.
Yeah.
There's something else on the list. Oh, I applied to the Renaissance Fair and I haven't heard back from that. If it's anything like the spring one, I won't know until a month before. So it's either I go ahead and say I'm absolutely getting to that and I start making all the shit now, or I don't have enough product. So those are my 2 extremes. Palafox Market's about to start doing their holiday Wednesdays.
Okay.
Is that something that you were going to try to pursue? I don't think your work schedule allows it.
No, those are my mandatory, gotta be there because I'm
a boss.
Ish. Yeah.
You have enough responsibility-ish to have to be there.
Recent development, my presence is mandatory.
Well, your presence is mandatory here too, apparently.
Yeah, that's
we got the email for that recently, and I'm like, do I not?
Yeah, I'm debating too at the East Hill Makers Markets because those are Tuesdays. But that's I think I could get Tuesdays off pretty easily because Wednesdays are the mandatory ones for me. But I like trying to parse my schedule out where I can get like Friday, Saturday off back to back or something like that. So I may do like 1 or 2 of those.
Not the November one though.
No, because that is
October and December.
Yeah. And then I actually got. Oh, I mentioned I'm doing this commission for Steel Pony, so my food truck might be in front of their new location as they're building, which is coming up, and I think that's end of September, October-ish.
That's exciting.
Yes, I was happy about that.
I'm contemplating joining up at the East Hill Makers Market. So in my fictional headcanon, I am competing with a person or 2 in this town to try to become bigger known than. You are not going to say the name. You will not. You will behave.
And I don't know them personally either.
Okay. I don't either. It's just my headcanon is you're my competition.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we're all about COX here. Community over competition, kindred spirits. But at the same time, I want to do better. I want to be better known. I want to establish myself in my art. So it's kind of like maybe I should be bouncing around to more markets to become more visible. But I've got to balance out the whole crochet is not a fast thing. And I am not going to be a crochet reseller. So I've got to be able to stay stocked.
I need where the camera just zooms in on how fast you're going right now. On that statement. Chat, can we get that clipped?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's the fact that I've gone through like a third of this game in an hour.
No.
Go ahead.
Ow! Oh, sorry. My bad.
Make it better.
Sorry. There you go.
Did you actually do that? Oh my God.
I didn't know what was expected.
I don't know.
Okay.
Honestly, they would not be surprised by anything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Literally needs to show the progress of the blanket. Okay.
It is absolutely a
second.
scarf.
It's beyond a
It's
scarf.
beyond scarf at this point.
All right. So this is I'm designing for a couch blanket for future movie nights. And to give you an idea on how long it is.
And the base keeps running.
Yeah. So we've gotten about 3 rows of that in the hour and a half. And it's a long bitch, wide bitch. I was waiting for it. But still, even with my quote unquote speed, it takes a long time to market prep. We are not panning the camera over there.
Yeah. Not going to out your secrets.
I'll out my secrets though.
although-
I've got a bunch of bodies over there.
Although I do want to know, is the person who's already completed 30 skeins in chat?
31 skeins. Is Clarissa here?
Is Clarissa in chat? I want to give Clarissa a sticker.
I might have to make another blanket after my 2 Halloween blankets. Do you ever stop making blankets? I don't think they're here though. So at some point, future one.
Yeah, that started because I had like offhandedly made a joke of like, hey, you should try for like, 30 for 30 or like, one thing each day or something like that. And Tori went, bet. And it was like,
Okay.
it was like June 30th or something that I mentioned it, or like June 29th.
No.
Right?
No.
It was end of the month.
No, it was it was the first week of the month because I'd already gotten like 7 skeins in. It was like day 4 or some shit.
Okay. It was like right at the precipice.
Hold on. There is a development to this that you have forgotten part of it. And it's great because I don't think you understand the motivation behind this one.
Oh, okay.
So I don't like to be doubted. And just let me finish. So it was like, I think it was a body number or something. I'm like, yeah, this is now like my 6th or 7th skein. It's like day 5 of the month or whatever. And he threw off the comment, it'd be really cool if you can do 31 skeins in 31 days. And I was like, no, that's too much. I can't do that. And he just accepted that answer of the, oh, okay. And I was like, wait.
I don't crochet. I don't know. Like, I just be saying shit. People don't realize I just be saying shit.
So my brain was like, oh, he doesn't actually think you're capable. Slept on it. And my brain was like, fucking bet. Fucking bet.
No, I did not realize the implication of that. No, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That's probably like a very unrealistic number. Okay, I'm gonna go back to da. Yeah. And then next day I was like, all right, like it was like just within that like week was like, all right, I'm already on track. Okay, I've already beat like my quota and had like then did it. And I was like, that wasn't like a thing you needed to do immediately. I was also just talking shit. Like there was no expectation there and just automatically.
That's the point.
In.
That's the motivation. There was no expectation.
Yeah, I
guess.
guess.
Like, oh, you can't do it. It's fine.
It's a safe
I
way.
don't expect this to actually happen. You can't do it.
Yeah.
I was like,
but also I'm not going to tell someone else how to do their job. Like I stay in my lane. We stay in our lane here.
We do.
I try to until people pay me to not stay in my lane, and then we get there, which is what's happening now.
So that's how we have Yarnigans August 2025.
Yes,
is because this bitch accepted my, oh, I can't do that. Oh, okay, sure.
I even think I was like in between doing my job. We were body doubling together, and I was like, You should do like a skein a day, or like even because I'm a knitter, I said cake, and like you guys say skeins, and I was like, you should do like a cake a day, and then went back to like doing what I need to do.
The difference is the skein is when you don't literally use a machine to cake it up. This is a cake.
Okay, I do like things being caked up, but you know how it is. Yeah, so
that's how we have our Yarnigans August 2025.
Right.
Just wait until what new shit's gonna come out of his mouth is gonna expire September 2025.
That's fair. I will not be competing in that because you also see how small I tend to go, and tension wise, I tend to be really tight. So yeah. But I'm glad that it sparked some inspiration as far as that goes.
More like I will succeed out of spite. Now.
Yeah, there was no threat there.
There was nothing from him. It was my brain who created.
Yeah.
My brain created the entire thing.
I was like, yeah, that
complete
makes sense.
Innocence.
Yeah,
complete innocence. My brain was like, you know what he really meant? Guess what?
Yeah.
Oh, Cheyenne says I love a good fat cake. That's why you're my wifey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, we are out of our own questions, I want to say. Let me double check. Yeah. So if y'all have any more ghosts, I love the one that you dropped. That was creative as fun.
What's a lane? That's a great question, actually. That I can't actually tell you. It's when I know something and I feel like, oh yeah, this makes sense to me, then it becomes my lane. And then somebody didn't stop me, and then I'm like, okay, it continues to be my lane.
How you got where you're at.
Yeah.
It's either someone doesn't stop you or they drag you along.
Yeah. I can merge. I use my blinker when I merge. That's fine.
So you're in the minority.
Yes. I'm a minority anyway. You can square me.
I think we might actually cap it here soon. What were you going to say?
Yeah, no, I think that does it.
Let me finish this row. All right, so I was going to put up a poll, but I'm just going to ask y'all now so that you can be awkward and not answer and not just be staring at a screen going, so who plans on buying some stuff from Second Wind? Because they have concentrates. Do you have cold brew packets on there still?
I do. Yeah, we brew your own. So it's like ground cold brew sachets that like a tea bag that you would just dip into a mason jar, close it, and put it in the fridge, and would be good there. And then there's that 20% discount that I made last night at $11.59 for you guys. That's 20%. And should be chilling there. Yay!
There's other things on there too, like stickers.
Yes.
Someone's
Pins.
plushies.
Yes. Particularly cool person's plushies. I like pins. We do a lot of feral pins, and we're also open to pin suggestions because I just bought a button machine. So if you need something put onto a pin, I am also happy to do that.
Y'all, literally. I've come up with some pins now that I'm up still as button machine so I can make them because I need them in my life.
I think some of my favorite is rolling up with the Gawk and the Blit.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. I don't want to get banned on the YouTube live here.
Okay, which three? Oh, we got a question. Melissa says, when should they get paid? Martha says, love it when you earn is that. Which one of us? You should recognize this one. So I'm assuming it's this one. That's not your fiber content.
That's fair. I don't know. I've had this yarn sitting in my house for a really long time. I think it's acrylic. I'm going to say acrylic.
It feels acrylic. It's not cotton.
I'm pretty sure it's acrylic. It's rainbow.
It's gay acrylic.
Yes.
It's gay plastic.
I'm sorry. I wish I had better answers for you.
Ghost coming in with another great question. Which 3 mythical creatures would you be mashed together, and what would be your name?
That's not how I read that question at first. Sorry.
That is for the other content channel.
Yes.
the other platform.
I spent too much time on Tumblr. Which 3 mythical creatures would I be? I think Cerberus would be in there. For a few reasons. I can tend to give, I kind of waver back and forth between cat and dog energy, but I think a dog that has too much going on in their head is just a dog with anxiety. Kind of checks the billet there. Monsters specifically, not
mythical creatures. Is what they said.
Because Medusa is like a god, not like a
Gorgon
creature. Yeah, okay, Gorgon. Yeah, okay.
I would throw that in a mythical. And according to Crochet pattern books, they fall as a mythical creature.
A Gorgon, yeah.
Yep.
And then I'm also gonna go probably. Chat, you guys can't make fun of me for this, all right? I would probably go like a Pegasus. I'm not I'm not a horse. Shut up. I'm not like a horse girly pop, but
that's not where I went with that.
But I've had my days, and I think the wings would be cool. I mean, I guess an alicorn if you want to get more technical, but I don't know that I would actually have any magic with the horn, and I don't think I'm responsible enough to have a unicorn horn, honestly, for a lot of reasons. But
all right, so recapping that: Cerberus, Gorgon, alicorn, Pegasus.
Yeah, alicorn.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what would your name be?
What would my name be? Probably some dumb shit like Derek.
As long as it's not Chad.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a talk.
Can't do Chad, yeah. No, I don't know. I'd have to think about a name more that's fitting.
Can I skew more cryptid than just mythical? Would that be okay? Alyssa goes, oh.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, yes. Oh, Cheyenne says her plushie is next to her desk penis, and the pins are so cute.
Nice.
Accurate. Definitely have some Baba Yaga in there. Gorgon energy was one of the things I was definitely going to say, and maybe some Banshee. Definitely feeling the feral and vicious vibes. So
we like screaming, and Gorgons and Banshees are really good for screaming.
As for names, pretty much I would just adopt the name that probably people would say when they saw me, which would be fuck. That would be my name.
I like that. That's a strong one.
Fuck.
Shit, cock, ass, motherfucker, God. Anyway, yeah. Oh man, I can't remember the name. There's a monster beast in like Mexican history. No, it's not that, because that's like an actual thing. But its whole thing is to abduct children by a river that are misbehaving. And while that is not the MO I'm going for, the description of this said beast is, I think, an interesting one. I'd have to find it. I'll drop
so
it later.
I'm thinking of the lady in right, the white, the La Rona. That's not it.
I want to say it's like closer to bird-esque, and I was trying to hit something with wings.
Oh shit.
But I can't recall off the top of my head. So that would be up there. But I do know that one that you're talking about. That is more
butchering.
Yeah, that's more ghosts and humanoid. Yeah.
Supernatural.
Yeah.
Martha's raising her hand. What, Martha? Why are we raising hand? What did I forget something we said already?
No, but I'm happy to listen to Martha.
Oh, I'm happy to listen to Martha. Anytime. She can lecture me any day. I'll just sit there and be like, yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, the anticipation.
I know, right? Well, she might be flustered now because of what we just said.
Oh.
She does fluster pretty easily. It's like, Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry.
Sorry, what? Sorry. I'm sorry. Huh? Sorry.
I need to wait to see what flavor hubby would like. Oh, okay. So she's answering she might be running on a bit of a delay. Who is buying your stuff? So Martha's going to wait to see what flavor hubby would like.
Oh, okay.
But you did take hypersonic off, right?
Yes. Okay. Hypersonic is no longer available at this point in time. It was a fantastic flavor while it lasted. Another of our tea syrups, but yeah, 86 sold out. R.I.P. Gone but not forgotten.
All right, it is 12:38.
Oh, wow.
We need to. I know, right?
Yeah.
It flies really easily when you're entertained.
It does. That's
And you were very entertained.
Are you not entertained?
Oh, they are hella entertained because they're still here. But we're gonna call it a day. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. And make sure you go give Liv a follow on his socials. They are listed down below. He's got Instagram. He might have a YouTube listed there with just one solo video.
Yay.
I'm working on him. I promise.
Yeah.
And I said Instagram already.
Yes.
So
Banana One will not leave, Cheyenne. That one is one of the most popular and one of the ones I'm most proud of because it does not, quote, have that banana Laffy Taffy flavor. And that took forever to try to figure out. So no, I like that one too much. It's good.
That one's like, I don't care if everyone hates it, it fucking stays.
Yeah, for real.
So yeah, that's everything. Like this, subscribe to me, subscribe to them to see what they're gonna finally come out with. Follow them on socials, follow us on socials. Maybe we can get some more shenanigans. Y'all place your bets eventually somewhere on someone's commentary on what venue are we finally going to share a booth at, because one, that might get us banned from that venue.
That's true. It is frowned upon to do that.
It's frowned. No, I'm talking about like we like share space or something that's approved,
Oh.
and then our shenanigans.
Gets us
Our
banned.
shenanigans
Yes.
gets us banned.
We behaved well enough at one thing we worked at together. Is your Cryptid market.
But see,
I was not vending.
You were
though.
assisting, not vending.
Right. But we behaved well enough-ish. It's not that everybody there now knows my name and I can't go back. Tori's
you're
good.
going back.
No.
You're going back.
Not again.
Yes.
That'll have to be a
Krampus
story.
Market. The Krampus market.
That'll have to be a story for next time.
All right. Well,
yes.
we're going to sign off.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for all the support. Help me twist his arm that he needs to come back and do this again.
Yes.
And remember, you are loved no matter how you feel.
Yes.
Catch you next time.
Yeah, we're going to go to our OnlyFans channel now. Bye.
That link's not there.
That was good.